What is up, guys? KFC back, sitting over in TGF Rising, bringing you another video in our cleanup series. So Rising went ahead and won this war against COIO 3, 83-63. It was a very good war, getting the same thing that Maine does with the Town Hall 11s at the top. Both with 26 3 stars to 10, so just a really good war overall by our Town Hall 9s. All that being said, we did still leave this beautiful bad boy up. Base 6, best attack, only a 74%. So, as a general rule of thumb, if you don't put at least 90% on the base, it means that it was not a good attack. It's at least like the arbitrary benchmark that I remember Jake used in one of his YouTube videos. So, 6 attacks on that one base, and we did not even get it converted. So just a little bit of a bummer for sure. We are going to watch. I don't need this. I have the 6 people here that hit the base. I've watched the first 2 attacks, and I have some thoughts, and then we will watch the other 4, and I'll kind of narrate those live. So let's scroll down to the first person hit the base. Won't spend a lot of time on it because it was done by Relic, and he had a hero down, and he brings, in my opinion, what is a perfect composition. You bring a little go wipe, it's fine. With a little tech witch in there for whatever reason. And he's going to come in here from the top. And so we've seen this base before. That's the first thing I want to say before we start this attack, is that not a lot of guys from Rising anymore come over to Maine to watch replays. It used to happen all the time. Now, guys from Rising used to come over to watch replays when they were also grabbing CC troops. Just because now both clans are level 5 doesn't mean that you have to hang out over in Rising forever. Jump over to Maine, watch some replays where it's always open, use the password. So I'll start off with that, and let's just 4x through this replay. He's going to come in with a shadowed approach here from the top. He's going to Quake open, and what he's basically going to do is he's going to reveal all the Tesla locations. And so what's interesting here is that there's actually a troll Tesla up at 12 o'clock that is going to be revealed. Boom, right there, once 51% happens. And you'll notice here, none of these spots had double bombs in them, which basically, if I was attacking the base, I would just instantly assume, boom, there's a double there, boom, there's a double there. You'll find out on the next attack how that is actually not the case. But either way, we've got a Tesla up here, which we know we could take out with a balloon. And ultimately, Relic, is going to allow this Golemite to try and get in to see if there was a double spot there. So really good to just let that happen. Thank you for being patient. Doesn't actually get there. So great scout for Rising. At least letting you know that the doubles are not up in the northern part of the base. They're in the southern part of the base. Let's go ahead and grab Hellnail 2 going in. Now this is the first 2-hero attack that we got going in. A little bit low-level heroes, 10-7, and this is a max. Actually, this is not a max base, excuse me. This actually has a quite low-level pieces of point defense and Expo 2s. So ignore that part completely. So let's see. A couple of fundamental things, right? So we've got 3 corner huts, and we've got 5 archers. That's great. But we have a Troll Tesla up here at 12, and we do not have a balloon to take out that Troll Tesla. So a little bit of a poor scout here by Hellnail 2, not bringing that Tesla, but what is even worse is going to be this attempted CC pull here. Hellnail going to drop a giant down, targeting that cannon, not going to get the lure. So before I even watch the attack, let's scroll back. So let's do a little tutorial on CC pulling and why certain things do not work. So here's the CC radius. And so now you might say, well, Kevin, look, the white circle extends beyond the wall. So clearly a giant should get it. Now let's zoom in even further, right? If you drop a giant on this wall segment that's targeting this cannon, and let me get the CC radius back up, right? Just because his pinky toe is in the CC radius does not mean it's going to get pulled. The entire troop needs to be in the white circle in order for the CC to get pulled. So therefore, if you wanted to pull this CC, the only way to do it would be to drop a few hogs on that cannon. That would get the CC pull. A giant in this case is not going to get it. So just keep that in mind. The entire troop needs to be in the radius. So let's scroll back, watch Hellnail 2's attack. So a couple things that definitely could have been tweaked from the start. CC pull being one, and the second one being the Troll Tesla, not bringing the loon. But he is going to have a plan for the Troll Tesla. It's just not going to be the most efficient. So we'll get to that part kind of at the end of the raid. I'm going to fast forward this in 4x speed. He is going to come from the bottom, and what's ultimately going to happen in this raid is he's not going to grab the enemy Archer Queen because his jump spell is going to kind of be placed in a way that almost says you're not really sure which way your kill squad is going to go, and I'll explain that more here in a second. There goes the jump spell. Now, this jump spell here, ignore that heal, because usually you do not heal your kill squad when you are shattered hogging. This jump spell, though, it really is kind of a 50-50 jump spell. And when I say a 50-50 jump spell, what I mean to say is that you don't know if your troops are going to go right or left, because you've placed it perfectly at the junction. When in reality, in this case, what you really want to have happen is you want your golems to path over here into this compartment, because by your golems pathing into this compartment, your king will then follow suit. You really think of double bombs this way. You do not need to trip all the double bombs in order for them not to be a problem for you. As long as this archer tower and this mortar go down, you have successfully removed pathing to the double bomb that's over here. So now, your Archer Queen is unfortunately being targeted by a Wizard Tower, but what I'm looking at is I'm looking for this Archer Queen to swing back around. You need that Archer Queen to take out that Archer Tower and that mortar. You need that jump spell to be positioned much more kind of in this area, not even connecting that compartment if you don't have to, because you need to get that Queen no matter what. And so what's going to happen here, you'll notice, is your golems are going to take out that air defense, and since they're sitting on the left side of it, they're going to jump into the left compartment. And so now there's no way you're getting all the way over to that Queen with all of your golems doing all the tanking in this compartment. Because at least if your golems were sitting in this compartment, taking out that cannon, they would trigger the Archer Queen, and then your king would go in and grab that Queen. So that's not going to happen, but some good information here. Boom. There goes the double set there. So now at least we know that that is happening. And the rest of this raid just doesn't go well because the Queen doesn't go down. What I want to focus on now is I want to scroll up here and focus on how Hellnail takes out the Troll Tesla here at the top. So what's going to happen here is he is going to drop soon. So there's the Tesla's going to pop up, and then Hellnail is going to drop his giant. Boom. And so here's some interesting piece of information. Now, we assumed that there was going to be a double set here. So Hellnail actually making a mistake helped. That is not to say that you should bring a giant every time that you know there's a Troll Tesla. But at least the mistake provided us with some more information. So Hellnail there going to drop a giant, going to drop an archer, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more archers. And so those archers that I thought that he brought for the corner huts actually were used to take out the Teslas. So Hellnail, the number one thing that I look for in a player, and the number one thing that I tell rising code leaders to look for in a player is, does the person that's in our training clan have basic fundamentals? So you brought 5 archers, but you didn't bring 5 archers. So there was nothing. You had no plan for this corner hut. You had no plan for this corner hut. You dropped a giant and 5 archers on a Tesla that you could have dropped 1 balloon on, right? And so just to do some basic math, giant and 5 archers is 10 troop space. A balloon is 5 troop space. You need to bring the balloon there. No excuse to bring anything else. That being said, you did at least provide some new information for the base. So now we know where all the ground traps are. So from here on out, for the remaining 4 attacks, which I have not watched, absolutely no excuses for anyone to miss this base. So let's go ahead and see let's see, who's the next person? Millsy. Where's Millsy? Millsy. So Millsy went in. Not only did Millsy go in on the same base as you, he went in 8 minutes after you. So Millsy, you better have a rock star plan for this base. So he does. Millsy, upgrade your goddamn balloons. How are you sitting on level 5 balloons right now? Are you serious? Jesus Christ. Get the balloons upgraded, for the love of God. Brings 2 balloons because he doesn't have level 6, so he's going to have to burn 10 troop space anyway on the Troll Tesla. So that's just some really, really sad shit, man. Does at least have the 3 archers for the corner huts. has the double poison, and so let's see how this one gets derailed. Are we going to start with the Teslas here at the top? As you can see by the time, it looks like he's going to run out of time in this attack. So he goes ahead and drops one balloon, which is not going to take it out to my knowledge of the math. Splash damage does not quite get it. Drops a second balloon. So good job at least watching the replay. Get the black balloons, you lazy ass. Put something in your lab. I swear to God, if after this attack's over, if I go to your lab and it's empty, I'm going to fucking kill you. All right. So the 2 hogs go in, grab the CC pull. He's going to get the full pull on this one. So why are you dragging it? Oh, okay, the balloon is still up because you had to bring a fucking red balloon. It dragged your CC. So now you do have to burn. I'm not even sure you can get this with 2 poisons. Well, let's go ahead and see if you try. You might actually... Okay, there goes 1. It's pretty terribly placed. You lose a lot of space there. The second one definitely needs to go down to make sure you can get those 2 wizards. I don't know what the delay is here on why are we waiting for the poison spell. We know it's going to take a... What in the world are you doing? Holy shit. Okay, so Millsy's now going to go in from the right. He's going to drop the poison kind of on the fly-ish. Queen is not down yet. Golems are down, though, and taking all that beating. Queen is still not down. Queen is still not down. Doing the wall breakers before his queen. Clearly, Millsy doesn't watch. 226. I'm going to write that down. 226. Millsy does not watch my videos. Otherwise, he would have heard me say on multiple times, the queen is not down. He's going to come in from the queen at the direct angle. I do not know what his plan is for the double bomb set that he already knew was exposed. I'm going to watch this in 2x speed. I imagine that he might just make a shit ton of bacon here. Hogs coming in on the left, sprinkling some in. Definitely, he's trying to avoid the double bomb set, but he doesn't know how many hogs he's going to need to get through. Drops a heal spell in a really weird spot. Doesn't cover any hogs whatsoever. Didn't need that heal spell to get the hogs through the double. Hogs going in around here. It would surely be lovely if you had another heal spell for the ass end of this raid. So ultimately, if I was watching this attack, I'd be like, all right, Millsy basically wrecked the base. He had a shitty heal spell down there. That would be kind of what I would kind of assume I would need to fix. But here we have a base that is completely 100% wrecked. All defenses down. All the corner huts. At least you did that right, Millsy. Good job. All the corner huts are down, and he's just going to run out of time here. So definitely a couple of things. Let's go ahead and rewatch Millsy's raid and see how late he was with his Archer Queen. So 226 was the time in which she went down. Let's go ahead and fast forward to the point where he drops his 2 golems down here. And I'm going to just keep pointing this out to people until we stop doing it. But I swear to God, one of these days I'm just going to go on a rage kick. I'm going to kick everyone that doesn't get the Archer Queen down within 10 seconds. Boom. The first one goes down at 243. So some quick math. It's 17 seconds. That golem's taking a beating. No reason why your Archer Queen can't be down right now, right next to this wizard. This wizard needs a buddy. Think of it that way. Think of it as a buddy system. When the golems go down, the wizards need friends. And so get something down. But do not wait. I cannot for the life of me understand why we wait to get Archer Queen down. I think there is a fear that she's going to walk. The Archer Queen doesn't walk. The king is what walks. Get her down immediately. So think of the king this way. The reason why the king walks, right, is because everything that's in the base, right, doesn't necessarily pull the king if the base isn't open yet. So look at all these trash buildings, right? The king can only be attracted to these trash buildings if the base is not open, which is why the king tends to walk. The Archer Queen, on the other hand, she does not have an AI like the king does. So if she gets dropped right here, if she takes out these 3 trash buildings, she's not going to walk to the next trash building on either side. She's going to walk right there because there are buildings standing right in front of her. So stop waiting 600 years to drop your Archer Queens. Good try, Millsy. All right. Next attack in, we are going to be looking for gobbles. Let's see what you do here. 56%. So not great. Doesn't bring the loon. Bad gobbles. Bring loon for Troll Tesla at 12 o'clock. Otherwise, I'm going to think that you did not watch the replay. Does have 3 archers for the 3 corner huts. Good for you there. Let's go ahead and see how this raid goes. So we got a couple hogs going in to grab the pull. Very nice. Again, just use the level. I probably use the level 1 poison personally, so I just slow the queen down a little bit more. I'm not a huge fan of using poisons on skeletons. Whoa, why are we pulling the CC? We could just drop poisons right there. No need whatsoever to pull it any further. Why are we still pulling the goddamn CC? For the love of all that is good, drop poisons. Oh my god. And now we're out of archers for our corner huts. Oh, there's a giant. For the love of all that is good in this world, drop the two. You have 2 poisons. I'm willing you to drop poison spells. Why are we waiting? Go! Oh, for the love of God, drop the poison spells. We are a minute into this raid. A poison spell goes down. Now drop the other one right there. Drop them on the head. Look at them sexy wizard asses. Drop the poison. There we go. We know how to double poison that a boy. It just took us 45 seconds longer than it should have to drop the poison. Okay, now let's see if the rest of the raid goes as well as the first half. Golem's coming in, so the Millsy approach. Golems went down at 147. I'm going to take note of that. Let's see when this Archer Queen goes down. Let's see if you are a better or worse player than Millsy here. Wizards go down, very nice. Archer Queen, boom, 142, 5 seconds. That was beautiful. Millsy, you still suck. Gobbles, good job there, getting that Archer Queen down quick. So with the exception of that CC poison, which I assume is going to be actually what derails this raid, all things going well so far. Golem's going in. King in behind. Very nice so far. Remember our rule of thumb. When does the queen go down? Is the king still full health? Queen is down, and the king is still full health, so very good job there. Connects the jump spell there. It is possible, too, that on this raid, guys, notice as well, you might not need this. Since there's no bombs, you don't really need the jump spell. You could have just taken 4 heals on this base. But still doing work all the way around. Hogs go in there. Is going to do a counterclockwise approach. Doesn't really matter what direction you go because we know where the bombs are. That being said, there goes the first heal spell. You don't really need the heal spell on the front end of an air defense. There's really not. Basically, what you're looking to cover is you're looking to cover kind of this area. So that heal spell probably could have just been placed where the heal spell is on the back end of this Arch Tower and this Wizard Tower, and it covers this entire compartment. But ultimately, it was decent other than that. Here come the Hogs coming in. Let's watch the second heal. Second heal spell goes down here. That is pretty well placed. No complaints there. My larger complaint at the moment is, are you just going to make bacon here? Or you might just be tripping it one at a time. So there goes the bomb. So now at this point, there's no doubt in my mind that the heal spell needs to be down already because you know that Hogs are hitting a single. So this, if the plan was to trip bombs one at a time, that's fine, but you need to have the heal down already because what's going to happen is they're full health right now. They're going to get hit by that bomb, and then every single one of these pieces of point defense over here. So these Hogs are at least distracting this cannon, but this Archer Tower and this cannon are locked onto this group of Hogs, and there are some skeletons on them. So as these Hogs get hit by the single, they're actually just going to hit by a double, so you didn't even single trip it. And so the heal spell did go down. You just didn't handle the bomb well. So good try there. A little bit of confusing attack based on the information that we knew about it. You'll snipe your 1-star. But yeah, I mean, so the thing that I can say is that you guys are taking this angle over here on the right. If you want to use the jump spell, that's if you didn't want. Let me gather my thoughts here for a second. If you're going to come in from this angle, you know the queen's going to jump the wall. There's no need to bring a jump. The reason why you need to jump is if you come from this angle. If you want to negate the double spot, which is fine, you need to drop the jump here to go out and get the queen. So if you're going to come from the right angle, ask yourself, like, what am I really bringing this jump for? Am I getting value by bringing a jump spell? Because at the end of the day, if you could cold blood this attack. You could bring in 1 golem, create your funnel, and then just suicide your king into that queen, and then have an extra 5 hogs, or excuse me, an extra 6 hogs for the rest of the raid. So yeah, confusing attack, Gobbles. Keep at it. I believe you are my newest Patreon supporter. So welcome to the channel, and welcome to getting shit on. It's everyone's favorite part, let's be real. Pirate. I'm a little terrified to watch this attack. 35% 0-star. I swear to God, this better have been an attack where you did not have a hero or something, and it was the only Town Hall 9 left in the map. 35% 0-star. I'm scared to look. He's only got one hero. Okay, I'm very, very happy that he only has a hero. So it was the last Town Hall 9 left on the map, and he just did what he could. But I can still crap on you a little bit for not bringing a goddamn balloon. When you drop it, when there's a Troll Tesla, we drop balloons. If I look at your, I still have to remember to go back and look at Millsy's. Was it Millsy that brought the 2 level 5 balloons? I need to look at Millsy's lab and make sure that that shit is running, and hopefully it has balloons in it. But anyways, you should still be able to grab the lure down here. You're bringing a rage spell, which is really confusing. The rage spell in attacks pirate is used when you have an Archer Queen. The primary benefit that you get by bringing a rage with your kill squad is for your Archer Queen to take advantage of it. So by not having it, you're just losing yourself some. You're losing the whole purpose of why you're bringing the rage spell. Personally, if I was down a hero, I'd grab the lure, I'd double poison, I'd enter with a cold blood over here, I'd bring 4 heals, and I would just cross my fingers that I got there in time. Let's go ahead and see how you take it out here. Grabs the lure, double poison. Oh, for the love of God. Okay. The poison goes down there. The second poison goes down, grabs the minions. That's good. The shattered portion is going to start on the right. So there's definitely this theme with you guys with starting on the right. So sometimes this is I'm going to pause it here because I want to teach a little lesson. There is a huge, huge difference between understanding when to use the exact replay that has been shown before and realizing that another player took a bad angle. So in this case, you guys are all following this logic that the 3 o'clock entry is the best entry for this base, when in reality it's really not. And so that could just be due to Hellmail, Millsy, and Gobbles and Pirate now. The experience just might not be there. So there's a positive, right? At least you guys are following the same kind of entry angle, so it shows that you're at least somewhat watching replays. Like, there's conflicting evidence here. There's evidence that you're watching replays because you're taking the same angle and you're bringing mostly the same composition, and then there's conflicting evidence of you guys are not bringing balloons for the 12 o'clock Tesla. So it's possible that the 12 o'clock Tesla just might be something that's a little new to you, and you might not know about that trick, but 1 balloon takes out a Tesla at max level 7 Tesla, so just bring it. So Millsy coming in here from the right, doesn't funnel his king because he didn't have anything for the, got lucky there. King's going to take out the queen, but ultimately, so you have a rage spell, but you didn't even use it on your kill squad. So Pirate, you got to make sure you're taking the right stuff. Everyone gets 1 warning. This is your 1 warning. You're working with Lucifer Law. If Lucifer Law approved it, you put Lucifer Law in touch with me. Because there's no way that Lucifer would have approved this, and if he did, I need to have a little conversation with Jay. So in go the Hogs here. Ultimately, going to take the same approach that Gobbles did. So I'm not even sure he's going to make it to the double bomb, but if he does, that's going to have the same fate. Yeah, he's not even going to make it to the double bomb here. So down goes that beautiful Rachel that we brought. Ultimately, just not very good. 35%, 0 stars going to be the result. Good try, Pirate. Keep working with Jay. Make sure you run compositions by him. Finally, Chief Sebastian going to go in for the final effort. What fucking level 5 balloons? Are we serious with you guys? Jesus Christ. How do you have 14, 15 heroes and level 5 balloons? Are we... Oh my god. I'm going to check your lab too, goddammit. Holy shit. Get your balloons upgraded to 6. Okay, after that little outburst. Still, easy base to take out. We've got archers for the corner huts. We got loons for the troll Tesla. We know that Gobbles was able to wreck it with 13, 11 heroes and just needed to handle the double spot better. Or not Gobbles, excuse me. Millsy was able to wreck the base and just needed to handle the double spot. So let's go ahead and see how Chief Sebastian does it here. And what kind of goes wrong. I've not watched the stack yet. Grabs a good lure. Let's see if we can get this 1-in-1 poison. Okay, so pause it. Okay, so drop it right on that wizard's head. Okay, on the back end of his head, you'll get the front end of that minion, and you'll cover the back end. So let's go see if we can get this in 1 poison. That is a misdropped. That is, so you basically, if I get the middle of that poison, you dropped it on the the wheel of that mortar. Which is confusing because if you were to pick the middle point of these troops, you clearly would pick the minion that I'm pointing at right there. So he's gonna go ahead and either double poison the rest of the minions, or he's gonna do it on the fly. Let's go ahead and see. CC goes down. He's still gonna miss a minion, I think. No, he got it. But what I can say, guys, is if you drop your first poison and you miss half the troops, it's not a drag. It's not a dragon, right? Where we wait a little bit before we drop the next poison. If you know that you miss, you drop the second one right away. There's no need to be killing this time right now. So this is basically, let's see, 3 seconds that was wasted. Just drop the second poison and get it going. Shattered approach is going to come in from the right. So same philosophy, right? I want every single one of you. I'm going to tag you in these videos. Hellnail 2, Millsy, Gobbles, Pirate, and Chief Sebastian. You all came from 3 o'clock and you all brought a jump. I want to know why all of you brought a jump. If you're going to wall break, okay, well, Chief Sebastian didn't bring wall breaker, so I guess that makes more sense why he brought a jump. But for everyone else, you wall broke into this compartment, you got the queen, so why are we bringing a jump? Golem's coming in from the right here. Guess the wizard's down. Queen should be down right now, but he keeps dropping wizards. For the love of God, drop your queen. Drop your queen. Drop. Why is it? Okay, if you drop the king first, you're doing it wrong. Period. End of story. No question about it. It's golem, wizard, archer queen within 4 seconds. Just about every time you're doing a shattered approach. When you're talking about more anti-3 style bases, that does not always tend to be the case. We'll get to that when you guys get to main. For now, on these piece of shit internet bases, it is golem, wizard on the left, wizard on the right, archer queen dead center. The archer queen takes out the middle trash. The wizards take out the left and right trash. That's the way that it works. So let's start tightening that up in Rising. Jump spell goes down. I don't think you... Okay, so here's a good point, too. Chief Sebastian, I want you to think about what's more valuable here. You could wall breaker into this compartment and basically have access to everything because your archer queen is going to snipe out these buildings here. Or you can drop a jump spell. So what is more valuable to you? 2 wall breaker, a 4 troop space, or a spell slot? Spell slot's clearly more valuable. You have to bring a wall breaker here to get into this compartment. That will save you a jump spell. So here goes some tech hogs that kind of come in behind the tanking golems. I don't mind that. I think that's fine. Wizard's going to take out that Tesla. So once again, I wonder if we're going to once again, did he handle the loon? Yeah, he did the loons. So I wonder if we're going to suffer the same fate here. So here's an issue a little early on these hogs here, because when these hogs take out this archer tower, they could split to this air defense and this wizard tower. You definitely want the pathing to these to kind of be removed. So you have to send in less hogs. So the golem's beating away at the air sweeper. We've got almost, looks like probably 10 or so hogs committed. Heal spell, complete disaster. All the hogs are going right. You got 1 hog under a heal. Here come the rest of the hogs. That heal spell's about to run out. Not even sure if we're going to get this double, but we're at least going to get the pathing removed. So there goes the single, so that's fantastic. Moving along here. Boom. That heal spell's terribly placed. You could easily see where you could drop the heal spell to be further to the right to cover the front end of the expo. Ultimately, I'm not sure it's going to really matter, though, but I'll show you why it's important, right? These hogs kind of get through this cannon. Boom, they should now still be standing in a heal. They should be getting the last remnants of that heal, but instead they're taking damage. So misplacing your heal spells cause shit like this to happen, where, boom, the wizard tower just takes them all out, because that heal spell was also not well placed either. So yeah, that's what's going to happen to Chief Sebastian's attack. Of those attacks, the ones that were most confusing, Gobble's not taking care of the double was confusing. Millsy, Pirates attack. Well, Pirates was down here, so that's fine. But Chief Sebastian, you got to hit this base with a much. I mean, when you leave up 4 pieces of point defense, you've done something horribly wrong. So let's get all this tightened up, gentlemen, over in Rising. So that was our next cleanup attack video. I'll be sure to tag the 6 of you. Let's just go ahead and grab a look at Millsy and Chief Sebastian's base and see if they've got labs going, because for the love of God, if I see another level 5 balloon, I'm going to lose it. So Chief Sebastian, where is your... Okay, your lab's at least going, so I'm going to hope and pray. If I look at what you've upgraded so far, you got hogs upgraded, you got golems upgraded, good for you. And then everything else, you got art. Okay, do not do your farmer troops. We are a war clan. You do not lead a level 6 archer ever. If it makes, I don't want you to look at me and say, well, Kevin, it makes my barching easier. No, You're a war clan. You focus on war troops first. A giant level 6 is not a high priority. An archer level 6 is not a high priority. A balloon level 6 is a very high priority. And then after that, Hound 2 is probably the next highest priority. So Chief Sebastian at least has his lab going. Let's check out Millsy. Millsy's always the problem child. So let's see. I'm going to go. If there's ever going to be someone with an empty lab, it's going to be Millsy. Oh, Millsy. What do we got, Millsy? Yeah. Just a moment of silence. Millsy might not be in our clan for very much longer. So let's just give him the respect that he's earned. Okay, that's enough of his respect. Okay, get your lab going if you're going to be in a high-level war clan. I mean, you don't even have, let's see, if I do 460 times 4, you've got less than 2 million elixir. So you're not even close to getting anything in your lab. You got 10-7 heroes that need love. You got purple walls. So you got wall breaker bombs going, but you got nothing in your laboratory. Do something. You're farming enough. You got 6 wins already on the season. Get something. Get level 6 balloons in the lab, and then get Golem 4. And then after that, you can do whatever the hell you want. I really don't care at that point. So yeah, Millsy, get your lab going. And I don't want to see level 5 balloons ever again in Rising. So thank you guys for sticking with me. It's already been over a half hour, so hopefully this helps some Rising folks with your cleanup attacks and planning in general. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Traditional YouTube ending. Super cliche. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.